Hey, you ever struggle with that 24-foot extension ladder raise? That single person carry, single person throw, or the single person raise? You ever struggle with it? Check this video out. I give you some good tips on how to make it a lot easier for you, for that single person to carry, throw, and raise that dude. Don't ever struggle again. Watch this video. Have a good one. All right, today we're going to cover the single person ladder carry, both of them, the low carry and the high carry, and then we're going to show or go over the single person ladder raise or throwing a ladder, single person 24-foot extension ladder. Y'all come with me. Let's get to my ladder, okay? You ready? Here we go. What do you know? There's a ladder right there. All right, first thing you need to know is where the center of your ladder is. So from the bottom, or the part that you're going to put on the ground, I like to count up about 6 to 7 rungs, just depending on how tall you are and how you want to carry it. Sometimes it tilts forward. Sometimes you like it to tilt back so that you can get a good jump to throw that ladder, okay? So I like to do the 6 rung from the bottom. So we're going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and it's going to be about right here, okay? So the low shoulder carry, okay? You just tilt that dude up like that right there, and you want to stick your arm through the rungs and just rest it on your shoulder like that. You ready? So you kind of remember to lift with your legs, not with your back, okay? And then that right there, see how it goes forward a little bit? That's why I like to do the 6 rung, so that it'll lean forward a little bit and give me a little momentum when I go to throw it, okay? Now, let's talk about the high carry. Okay, the high carry. Now, you can pick it up in which kind of way that you feel comfortable picking it up for the high carry. I personally like to flip it up on my shoulder like that. Now, when you do it like that, you kind of got to put your purse down, okay? It takes a little bit of energy, okay? So, you get it up like this right here, and you take it, and you flip it like that right there. And then you can tote it the same way. See how easy that is? You can maneuver it. You got a free hand. You can tote your tools, your Halligans, or whatever you need to take with you. Now, come with me as we throw it, all right? There's a building over there. Come on. All right, so now that we've talked about the low carry and the flip-up high carry on the shoulder, and which one has advantages versus disadvantages and that kind of thing. One's easier to tote your tools. A lot of people, when they do that low carry, they'll tend to put their Halligan in one of these rungs, put the spike in one of these rungs on the side of the ladder, and then they can tote it that way instead of having to have it in their hand, and then they still can be kind of somewhat hands-free toting your Halligan at the same time. I don't necessarily like to do that. I like to have my Halligan in my hand, because if you twist or bump or something like that, the Halligan can fall out or whatever the case may be. So I'm going to argue, say it can't fall out, but anyway, it can fall out or you can drop it or whatever. I like to have that dude in my hand, holding the ladder like this, Halligan or whatever tool in my hand. Well, I know I got it, okay? When you get there, drop that Halligan down, you got your ladder, and throw it. Now, without further ado, we're going to throw this ladder up against the building, and then I'm going to show you how to raise it pretty easily too. All single person. So I'm going to grab the ladder, I'm going to back up, and I'm going to come back and throw it and let y'all see what it looks like. Here you go. Had to make sure I was on that 6th rung, you know, to be where I want to be. Alright, so I'm going to back up just out of frame, and I'm going to come back in the frame and show y'all what it looks like when you throw it. Alright, so you want to be kind of moving. When you put that, see how that works? Now, I still got full control over this ladder, okay? So, when you put that foot down, you want to force it down. Otherwise, it's going to go back on you. You see what I'm saying? You got to make sure that it's going towards, all your momentum is going towards the building instead of back behind you, because if it's going behind you, well, it's going to make you look stupid. I'm just saying. So, get that thing on your shoulder and come down with some force. Drive them spikes into the ground if you need to, whatever you got to do. If you're having a whole lot of trouble, if you're a smaller person or ain't tall enough or maybe ain't even strong enough, and you're worried about that thing going forward, hey, put that bottom of that ladder against the building, then raise it up, and then you don't have to worry about it falling back on you necessarily. Okay, you don't have to worry about the bottom of it slipping or sliding or anything like that. Put it up against the building. Ain't nobody going to say nothing. You just got to take an extra step, because once you raise it and everything, you'll have to back it up to the angle that you want it to be. That's the only difference. Ain't no harm in that, okay? All right. So, got that against the building. The next thing we're going to go over is how a single person raise that thing up and lower it back down without it whooping you. Let's take. All right, so now we're gonna go over the single person raise on this ladder. Okay, so once you get it to this position, obviously you got to raise it up, or maybe you like to raise it before you get it to this position. I personally don't, because it makes it a little easier. I know it's an extra step in the deal, but I like to lay it against the ladder, regroup, get behind here, push it out just a little bit, and then raise my ladder up. That's just me personally. You can do it however suits you the best, okay? I'm not saying that my way is the best way. I'm just giving you another tool for the toolbox. So some of y'all, or some people teach that you wrap your leg all around backwards and you lean into it and pull it and all that stuff. I don't necessarily like to do that just because it don't work very well for me. I like to, so I get it like this, I lean it out, and I'll just take my shin, okay, and press it in the center of that bottom rung down there, or the next to the bottom rung, whichever one, okay, instead of wrapping it around and all that stuff. But you do want to keep your elbows about chin high the whole time when you're pulling that up. If you don't, you're probably going to lose balance with it. But now you can keep control of it with your leg and with the halyard, okay? But you want to keep your elbows high and pull up here. You don't want to pull down here. You don't want to pull too high, or you're probably going to lose balance. And it should look something like this right here. Don't laugh at me if I mess this up, okay? Shin on the rung, right? Okay? Now I got complete control of it. Look, it ain't going nowhere. Elbows high. Lock it. Put it where I want to. Lower it. Same way. I didn't move. Keep the elbows high. And there it is. It did walk on me just a little bit right there because I moved my leg. That's my fault, okay? But if you keep your leg in the dead center of it, keep your elbows high. But although it walked on me, I still was able to keep control of it. You see that? So that's just how I do it. Now, again, some people teach the leg around and twist and all that stuff, which is fine. That's correct, too. It's whatever way makes it easier for you. Let me walk it back up here, and I'm going to show you one more time. Raising and lowering. Or just, like I say, I put my shin the best I can in the center of that rung right there. Kind of lean back a little bit to give you some leverage, okay? Keep the elbows high. Okay, I locked it in place. And just trying to lean forward. See, I just pull on the halyard and keep it where I want it, okay? Now, lowering it back down, same way. Just go slow, methodical. You see, I didn't move his leg that time, so it didn't walk. That first time was specifically my fault, if I can talk. Anyway, so now, and I know that popping in that microphone was probably pretty loud. I apologize for that. But look, now we went over the low carry, the high carry, the throwing, and the raising. Now you should go back to your department or wherever you want and teach your guys that way right there. Y'all see how easy it was? And this sweat is just because we had a call a while ago. It ain't from raising and lowering this ladder. I'm not that out of shape, okay? Give me a break. But anyway, so hope you learned something today. Hey, if you like my videos, like and share them. Keep them going. Let somebody else learn something. You know what I'm saying? And that right there, my friends, is real fireman stuff.